I'm Patrick Galactic, and this is the Pat Down. I'm here today with my guest, Erik Blood. Erik, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
It's really nice to see you. It's been a little while. Last time I saw you, I think you were playing a show at the substation. I believe. Sounds like you've been a pretty busy guy.
I keep busy.
Got stuff in the hopper.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get to all that, but I have kind of a wide variety of topics to cover with you today.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna start with, what are the artists that you admired as a child?
Prince,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the main two.
Okay, all right.
Those are the ones when I was a kid that's like life was all about, Prince and Michael Jackson.
Cool. When did you start wanting to be like a musician? Like, was there an aha moment, or was it just kind of a gradual thing?
I don't remember a time when I didn't at least try to make music. I don't know that I ever thought about it as a profession or anything like that, but I just did it anyway. Like we had instruments around the house, and my uncle was really musical and I think facilitated me getting a guitar when I was really young, and
Sure.
Helping me out. Like I always asked for Casio keyboards as a kid for birthdays and stuff like that. So it's been forever.
So basically, this has been a several decade long plan of yours that you started when you were a child.
Yes, my master plan.
Absolutely.
From birth.
Absolutely. He was born knowing who he was. Erik Blood. I'm going to step out on a limb and say that there's probably aren't a ton of critically acclaimed and touching tribute albums to pornography on just in history. Could be wrong, but your record Touchscreens was just such a thing. And what kind of inspired you to write that?
It was just what I was into at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a lot of useless information about it at the time also. And it just sounded like a fun thing to write about.
Yeah. So you're releasing an EP like right now, like as people see this, it's like out. And you have a full length coming out in April. What can we expect to see from Erik Blood this time around?
I'm working a lot with Irene Barber now, who I've kind of recruited as my partner on this new project.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even more just, I don't know. It's still just what I do. I only know what I do, so it's more of the same, but I'm sure people will find differences.
Yeah. If you like Blood stuff, you'll like this. Okay, so Irene's become kind of a big part of your sound now.
Yeah, definitely.
How did that happen? How did that come to be?
I met her when we were doing the Vox Mod album Synesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
And we sang together at Vox Mod's album release for that. And our voices sounded really good together.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just an amazing singer, and she's cool. And when opportunity for me to play shows again after kind of dissolving my band, she was the first person I thought of as just like, well, I would like to write songs for that voice, and I like hanging out, and I like performing with her, and she's game for everything. So
That's cool.
yeah, it's been nice. It's been really perfect.
Kind of like a muse. In
Yeah, in a
ways.
way, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So you're known kind of both as an artist and a producer. How did you get started producing, and when was that?
I went to the Art Institute of Seattle for audio production right out of high school because I didn't want to go to college, but my parents had more to say about that than and I tend to do what they say. So we agreed on the Art Institute as being something that I was interested in, and that they would agree was college.
Right.
And it was cool. I met a bunch of really amazing people. I learned some stuff, and that's just where producing started, aside from just what I was doing in my bedroom. So
Sure. So along the same lines as we started with, like production wise, are there people that you would consider yourself influenced by, or that you've
yeah, tons of people. Like,
yeah. Well, who are the notables?
Notables: Phil Spector, Quincy Jones, Prince again. Like,
yeah.
Alan Moulder, Robin Guthrie, Hugh Jones, Nigel Godrich, Tony Visconti, big time Tony Visconti, and Ken West. Yeah. You're pretty much the standard issue. Like,
sure, yeah, but
like these are the guys that have made the best music up until this point in my life.
That's why they are who they are, you know? So you've worked with a lot of artists, you know, Shabazz Palaces, TheeSatisfaction, Moondoggies, Night Train, OC Notes. When you're picking projects to do, what gets you excited? Like, what'll excite you about an artist maybe you didn't know about?
I mean, the music is always the thing that gets me excited. I mean, it's just if it's a project that I chose, or even if it's one that chose me, the music is the main thing. I get more excited when I just get to spend time with these artists, like develop relationships with them musically, and just as we work and become friends in either a genuine like bonding way or in a more professional or musical way. It's all been great. Like I don't hang out with losers. I don't make music I don't like. And yeah, it's cool. It's always cool.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, it's great to be able to kind of have that self-respect in the way that you do your work, and just get to kind of do it on your own terms. What are things people do that annoy you in the studio?
Talk while I'm mixing. That's it. Like, just loud conversations behind me. That's the only thing I don't like.
Gotcha.
But I've kind of done away with that.
They're just.
I'm old enough now that I could just say, you guys gotta go.
You kids get the hell out of here.
I'll call you when there's something for you to listen to.
They're very different things. Would you say? Are you more comfortable like in the studio or on a stage? Studio,
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like where you can just really dial into.
Yeah, that's where my art lies. Like I'm a performer just by necessity. Like that's not what drives me at all. Like being on stage or being looked at even doesn't do anything for me. Okay. It's creating sounds and creating pieces of music that in my case are recorded. That's the media of my art, and that's how I want it presented to everybody. It's kind of why the live setup now is just me and Irene and this extremely controlled situation where there's the audience is going to hear exactly what I want them to hear to the best of mine and the venue's ability.
Sure. Right.
So that's it's all about the recording. It's all about the capturing of the music for me. Right, and everything else kind of extraneous, and well, it's just necessary.
It's necessary, but it's not as.
And it's fun. I mean, it's fun. I don't get me wrong. Like I like playing shows, but if I could just make music, and like play a show once a year or whatever, that'd be dreamy.
Yeah, you get that like kind of off your back every once in a while and keep on in the cave or whatever.
But then I wouldn't get to travel as much, which that I like.
If you could do a duets album, you and anybody living or dead besides Tony Bennett, who would it be?
Would it have to be me singing? Like,
yes, absolutely.
Oh man, I don't even know. I mean, I think I would be way too I'd be way too self-conscious to work with Prince in that capacity. Like he would not like my voice, I'm quite sure.
You're like, I respect you so much.
Like I would. That's why. That's one of the reasons that I have Irene. Now it's like she's a way better singer than I am, and so.
All right, Irene will sing. You'll write her vocal part.
Prince.
Prince. I just had a feeling it would have something to do with Prince. And
of course.
Had to figure out how to get there.
There's a ton of people though. Like it would be great to work with Erykah Badu.
Oh yeah.
Cool and so many of the people that I already work with, I'm so enamored of that it would just be cool to do that. Even like have Kat and Stas and Irene.
Yeah, no kidding. No, I mean you have such a huge pool of people to pull from. That's pretty cool. If you could give like just a little bit of advice to like somebody just getting started as a musician, what thing would you say?
Just do what you love doing, not what you think is going to make you money or what you think other people want to hear from you. That's a sucker move. Like I just don't be a sucker.
Right.
Like,
don't be a sucker.
Either like get super talented so that you can play. If all you want to do is play, then learn your craft and be the best person playing. If you want to create, if you want to write and be an artist, just always trust yourself and your art and don't pay attention to anything else that's going on. Don't be a sucker. Like just be real.
You hear that, kids? Erik Blood says, "Don't be a sucker.
Don't be a sucker.
Don't be a sucker." Well, that's the show. You can. So Erik, you have an EP that's basically dropped.
Yeah, Transom. You can get that on my Bandcamp, and you can get it on cassette through No Genre.
Oh, okay.
Also, links on Bandcamp.
Cool. And then in April, you have your LP dropping. What's that going to be called?
That's called Lost in Slow Motion.
Lost in Slow Motion.
That should come out on tax day, April 15th.
Nice.
And that'll be a limited edition vinyl with some treats included.
Okay. Some bonus stuff.
Yeah. It's a joint release with Home Skillet Records.
Oh, very nice.
And cassette again through No Genre.
Very nice. Well, thank you very much for being on the show, Erik.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
You can find the man on Twitter, on Facebook. His website is erikblood.com?
erikblood.com.
Go check it out if you have any studio projects or anything you're interested in doing. Maybe hit the man up because he's, kind of good at this. So, I'm Patrick Galactic. This has been The Pat Down. This is Erik Blood, and we're saying goodbye. Peace.